if you do. So, all right, guys. So thank you so much for hopping on. So I do this once a month just for our new coaches, just to kind of go over things. And I do it for people that, sometimes coaches get on a roll. Sometimes you fall off track. Sometimes you just kind of need something to kind of pull you back in to get started again. So, I will tell you, you're going to hear things that I'm saying. You're going to hear it all the time because that's what coaching really is. It is like basic things that we just do every day, over and over and over. So if you're reading The Compound Effect, that's what it is. It's those simple little things that we do. It's just like your health and fitness, making those simple little changes every day. They add up in the long run. And then, you see success because you didn't quit. So that's kind of one of the things I say, even with our group, we have a group of coaches that just are pushing for like a big goal to hit diamond before they go to summit. And, it's the same thing that they're going to do that they did when they first started to hit that goal. It's no different. You're just doing the same things. You just don't quit. So I'm going to hit a couple things. The last thing I will talk about is inviting, because I think that is where coaches freeze, because you're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know who to invite. I don't know where to go to, and those types of things. So I'll end with that. But I'll hit a couple different things. And like I said, if you guys have questions, just unmute, shout at me. You can even hit the little chat thing at the very bottom if you want to type it in, and I can answer if you guys have questions as we go. So please don't be scared to ask a question. Questions are good, so I know what you really are struggling to understand. So number one, and this was your assignment today in the training, was to really pinpoint your why. And I will tell you from the beginning, my why has changed several times as I got started in this business. When I first started, number one, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even know what I signed up for. All I knew is I was super excited that I was going to be under Shalene Johnson's sister, Janelle. And I was doing this fitness thing. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, oh, okay, I'll save some money. I'll just try this new fun thing. I have no idea. I was new to Facebook. No clue. Didn't even understand Facebook. I thought it was stupid. I'm truly. And I'm in a super small town, so I was like, oh, well, I'm probably not going to do well with something like this. People aren't going to come to me. I'm not a health and fitness person. I was overweight when I started, just not really, understanding what this really was. So really my why at the beginning was just, okay, I just need to lose weight. I need accountability. Really, that was my why. When my eyes were opened to what this business really could do for me and my family, then my why changed again. So when I saw that shift, my why then became, okay, I want to leave my job. So things I started doing had to change. That shift happened. Obviously, then I got to leave my job. So my why had to change again. But even though my why was changing, the main thing was, yes, I want to help people. That's a given. You're a coach. You want to help people. That is an absolute given. But the thing that you have to pinpoint down as your why has to be that thing that gives you that fire in your belly that's going to make you get up early in the morning when you don't want to, is going to make you send out those last 5 messages before you go to bed and your eyes are so heavy and you just literally want to just pass out and die, but you're not going to. It has to be that strong. And they say your why should make you cry. And it is true, guys. I was teaching and I had 2 kids at the time, and then we had a third, and I did not want to miss any more with him. So I taught that last year when he was a year old, and then I was finished. But I had a picture of my kids when I'd go down and work after everybody went to bed, and that was when I really worked. And, I was tired. And some days I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. But then I looked at that picture and thought, I am doing this for my kids because I want to be that mom that can just be there for them whenever they need me to be there for them. And I can give them whatever they need anytime. And it's not even a problem. that was my drive. So, I made that happen. So I did have a new why to retire my husband, but of course he kind of has different plans. So he got a new job. He will always be a high school basketball coach. That's a given. But I would love to bring him home. He loves being in the school. So he's not really ready for that. So my huge why is to obviously be able to buy the house that we truly, truly want because we're moving. So I want to be able to do that and be totally okay to be able to go still on vacations whenever we want and be able to help any family member that needs help. I just want to be able to be that person who can just help anybody and not even blink an eye. Like I say, I just want to be able to be in Walmart and the person behind me with a full ginormous cart of groceries, I just want to be able to pay for it. Like that's the kind of stuff that I want to be able to just do. So those are the things I think of, when I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I've heard like a million no's today. Like nobody is liking my posts. Nobody is messaging me back. You're going to have those days, guys. That is so normal. So that's just when you really need to think, okay, what is truly my why? And don't make it be, I need to get healthy. I need to get fit. That's a given. You're a coach. Yeah. That's a part of your vital behaviors. That's a given. It has to be truly, what do you see in your future that you want your day to look like? Like Brady, we've done that before, haven't we? Where we make you sit down and write out what would your dream day look like? Don't even think you're thinking crazy. Put it out there. For me, mine is to wake up and see the ocean when I wake up. That's my day. And it will happen. I know it will happen. Because I told my husband the next time I move, it will be by the ocean. So I said, you better figure out how to coach basketball there because that's where I'm going. So really plug into your why. And then as you bring coaches in, you've got to do that same thing. You've got to help them see that vision too, where they see their life being by doing the little things. Okay. So we went from your why. The next thing, here. The next thing is personal development. And I want to talk about that second because truly that is crucial. And I am proof of why personal development is so important. I did not do zilch personal development, probably 2 years as a coach. And I never had that belief system in myself. I still compared myself and I still had all these things that just held me back from just doing it. And I just want to kick myself now because I'm thinking, what was I doing? It's so crazy. And I will tell you, I mean, it did. I was in my own way. I was completely in my own way. And you just have to realize that tons of coaches feel that way. I mean, they do. I mean, I'm in a 15-star diamond group and it cracks me up in there. I mean, they still have the same insecurities as everybody else. I mean, they still have their moments in the business where they're like, oh my gosh, can I still keep doing this? But they do because they know. I mean, we're human. We're going to have those feelings. That's normal. But personal development has to happen. I have to start my day with it. And it gets your mind in a much better place. So whatever it is you're struggling with, I always say there's personal development, which is things you need for yourself. So I do a daily devotional. I listen to Joel Osteen. I listen to, any type of podcast that's uplifting, things that are building confidence. That's personal development. Professional development is really your things that are helping you learn to be a better entrepreneur or in the business and things like that. So why is my brain just let me look at my books. Examples of that would be GoPro, Go for No. Brandy, can you think of any? My brain's shot.
No, those were the two that I would have thought of.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur roller coaster.
Oh, geez. Yeah. My
Hardy.
I probably have listened to that 3 times. And it is one of those, he'll say, you need to listen to this and listen to it again and listen to it again. I like audio. because I will take my E&E in the morning and plug my earbuds in. So I'll like be picking up the house early and I'll be listening to my stuff. I also read too, but I really like to do my audio longer. Plus you can go for and, listen to it too. It's like a good time to do that kind of thing. So personal and professional, 10, some people do 10 minutes. Some people do it. Do what you need. If you have a day where you're just like, I am really struggling here. I need more personal development, then you fit it in those pockets of time. Anytime in the car, my kids listen to it. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. To work, from work. I have gone through Walmart, earbuds in. I'll smile and wave at people I don't know, but they probably are staring at me like, why is she walking around with earbuds in? I don't care. I'm like, I'm on a mission. I'm multitasking here. It's funny if I ever see my coaches, like they totally know what I'm doing. Find those pockets to get that extra time in, because I will tell you, this business is starting with you. You've got to focus on yourself and get yourself in a good place mentally so that you can overcome the obstacles that come about when you're in a business. Things that I would have never, I didn't know. I didn't know what an entrepreneur was. I didn't know what a marketing, I didn't know any of that. So, it was a learning process for me to learn all that side of it too. But truly plug into that. We don't just say it. It's one of the 4 vitals, which I'll hit for a reason. It's so important. I think it's the most important because it helps you build and grow and become a better person. So, okay, social media. We'll hit that. I know that is going along with fear, because you're going to be like super scared about like posting a picture of yourself or taking a picture and sharing your story or sharing something about you that you're like, I cannot put that out there for people. People cannot see that. I don't want people to see that picture of me. Guys, that is so totally normal. I will never forget the first time I post a picture of myself in just a sports bra to like share my transformation. I was like literally ill. Like I was sick. And even my mom was like, I can't believe you actually did that. I was the girl who wore the t-shirts over her swimsuits. I can still not believe that I took that step and did it. But I will tell you, when I did that, it opened this amazing door and people were like coming to me then, because I took that step and stopped letting fear of sharing me and my journey and shared that with other people. That let them see a whole different side of me. So I just continued. I just continue to share every part of my journey, the highs, the lows, the not so pretty parts, because that is real. That's real. People, they don't want to think you're perfect. They don't want to think that you don't want a donut. They don't want to think that you're like, sitting and eating salads all day long. That's not what people relate to, but they're going to relate to you waking up and being like, I did not want to work out today. Like I had no motivation today, but I checked into my challenge group and they all motivated me. So that's the thing. Even if you have like I had a bad day, with my nutrition, but you got to always put the upswing on it to how you fix it. Because if we're just like, talking about negativity and stuff, that's like the last thing you want in your, on your newsfeed is any type of negativity. You want to put the upswing. Yeah, you can post about being tired. You can post about that you just haven't had a good day. That's totally fine. But put the upswing on it to how you overcame that. Okay, so I listened to 10 more minutes of my personal development. I feel a lot better before going to bed. Or, I checked in with my coach and I feel so much better now that I know I have somebody that holds me accountable. Something that this business, you have to show what this business is doing for you that helps you in all areas. Because I don't know any woman in this world that doesn't want a group of women that they can turn to, that understands their struggles, especially if you're a mom or you want kids in the future. I mean, moms have to stick together. Moms understand each other, that life's crazy and not easy. So, it's nice. They want to see that, oh, okay, like they have this group of people that like talk about health and fitness together and they help each other. You have to share that. Like you have to be very open about sharing that part. Other types of posts are anything that I always say, make sure you are adding value. So add, show a picture of your 21-day fix lunch and then talk about, which containers you used. That's not being salesy. You're sharing how you're using that program and you're giving them a recipe to use. Any kind of tip, like with fitness or something that you're doing. I know this is the scary part. If you're a new coach and you're like, oh, I don't want to take pictures of myself, but I will tell you guys, using like posts off of Pinterest with this like this hot girl, like she's not real, like they don't exist. People are just like, they just, I don't really think they stop. I mean, but they will stop if they see it's a picture of you. If you need example, Darcy does an awesome job. She just hopped on. Hi, Darcy. She does an awesome job. She does every morning. She does her like motivational picture. It's of herself. She's got a quote, and that is what I taught from day one. You've got to be on a schedule of how you're posting. So you should be posting 3 to 4 times a day, spread them out and get yourself on a schedule. Okay. Every morning I'm going to post a motivational picture, and I try to do that between 6 and it's been kind of later here lately, but 6 to 8 is good. And the reason for that is not a lot of people are on social media before 6 a.m. So you want to kind of think, okay, I have my post ready, and I always kind of know the night before what I'm going to post in the morning. Sometimes you can totally get it ready, have it ready, 7 a.m. hits, post that sucker, you're good. You're done. There's other things too. So I don't know if some of you work full time too, and you're like, I can't be on my phone. There's Hootsuite. Is it Hoote? Yes. Okay. And then suite, SUITE.com. And it connects to your Facebook. So you can go in like the night before, which I had to do when I was teaching because I could not post, obviously at the classroom of 3rd graders. So I would go in the night before and I would schedule out 2 of my posts for the day. So I would do, I'd always do my morning post live myself. And then I would have one during lunchtime post up. And it was usually some type of quote that I really liked from an author or something, or some type of tip or something. And then after school, I would usually do something like family, kid related, something that was going on right now. That was kind of my schedule of that. Your evening, though, is your prime posting time for inviting. So anywhere between, right now would have been perfect. Anywhere between 8 and 10 is perfect time to do your post for inviting. So that's where you do an invite to challenge group, invite to joining your team, invite to the next backstage pass to check out coaching, to your free group, to do a 7-day Shakeology challenge, whatever, any type of invite you want to do where there are the most eyeballs are on Facebook, which this is the time most people are on Facebook because it's evening and they're chilled out before they go to bed. A lot of people I know, well, maybe it's just me. I'm going to bed, but really I'm on my phone. So, that's when people are on. So you got to really think about your posting time of when people are there. You've got to really think that part out. And it's going to make your life so much easier. I'll kind of talk about this too as I'm talking about scheduling. Coaches will say, I'm overwhelmed. And the first thing I say, number 1, are you doing personal development? And usually they're not. And I'll say, start your personal development. Stop doing anything else and get your personal development in, because that's vital, key. If you're overwhelmed, it's because there's something missing that you're not doing and you're trying to do all this other stuff that you don't need to do. Because you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to know everything to be a good coach. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. That keeps you from being overwhelmed. Other thing, I'll say, when are your work hours? When are you working your business? And they have no schedule. Like they're just like all day long, like trying to get all this stuff in all day long. And then they're like this ginormous hot mess. And we'd say this and Brady's laughing because that was us. We were like the crazy maniacs, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to learn all this? And I'm trying to do all this stuff and I'm trying to raise kids and I have a husband and, you know, you're making yourself crazy by doing that. So, I mean, this comes from above. Every time I talk to anybody from corporate, they're like, give me your schedule. And I'm like, crap. And so I remember, I'm like, okay, because I could do this, guys, 24/7. I love what I do so much. I could do this 24/7. But obviously, I cannot do that because my kids and my husband are number one. So when I start feeling like I'm overwhelmed because I'm trying to do everything like that, I know it's because I've gotten away from my schedule. So that's why we opened up like a 5 a.m. group, because we want to teach you to work in your pockets. You know, find those, if you're a mom, we call them the mom pocket time. You know, when your kids are in bed, when your kids are happy and they're playing for a little bit and they don't need you for that 5 seconds. You know, those are your moments to get some work in. But you're going to learn what's called a power hour. You're going to get like a checklist of things that you need to do in that power hour. I will tell you, I am like super ADD. Like anything happens on my screen, or I'm like done. I'm like, what was I doing? You know, I can walk in a room and have no idea why I walked in there. That's me. So I have to be like super like door shut, nobody around, and phone off. I turn my phone off. I can't look at it. I can't do anything with my phone. And whenever I'm doing a time where I'm doing like my invites and follow-ups and that kind of stuff, I have to shut everything else off. And that will help you feel so much better by the time you go to bed that night.
And another
and I honestly say,
do you need something to eat?
You did what you needed to do.
What do you want
to move your business forward. Okay, so social media with scheduling will make your life so much better if you like really focus. And so you need to say and share it with your coach. These are my work hours. And that'll be one of your assignments too during the training too, to really pinpoint, okay, from 5 to 6 a.m., I'm going to do a power hour. And then you'll see what's in that checklist if you haven't yet seen one. If you go to YouTube should become your like best friend. If you need to know something about coaching and you're like, I haven't heard that yet, my coach hasn't talked about that yet, go to YouTube and type it in with Beachbody, and there'll be like 5 million coaches that have a video for it. Guarantee it. YouTube is like still my best friend. I still go and watch videos all the time because I'm just constantly learning. I'm just like in constant student mode all the time. So, okay. So that was schedule, social media, fear a little bit. So I kind of talked about, you know, getting out of your own way and realizing that you got to put yourself out there. That does take time. I totally understand. But you also have to remember, you have to go back to your why. And then you have to remember, if I don't step up and start doing some of those things and invite that person I'm just so scared to even remotely say anything to, then I'm not going to go anywhere. Like my business is not going to move. I'm not going to help people because I'm too scared to do anything. So you have to like remind yourself that and go back to your why all the time. Like I say, write your why and put it somewhere that you see it first thing. When you sit down to work or if you get up in the morning, whatever it is, you need to really get into the habit of seeing that and have it as a daily reminder. Okay, so anything for personal development is going to help you with confidence, overcoming fear, whatever, you know, find those things. Whatever it is that you struggle with, find something with personal development, professional development that's going to help you overcome that. Okay, so that kind of goes with the whole overwhelm thing. I have like notes everywhere here. All right, last thing. Anybody have questions before I get to this next thing? And I'll try to go through it fairly quick because we've already gone 30 minutes, but I totally got to pull it up real fast. Okay, so if you don't know what the 4 vital behaviors are, you'll hear that like a million times too. That is inviting, which I'm going to hit here in a second. And that is, oh gosh, sorry, I cannot find my little, I have a thing that's all on inviting to make my life easier, but now it's being stupid and not wanting to open. Proctor the product, that should be an absolute given. You know, like I said, a given for your why is saying I want to help people. A given for being a coach, you have to commit. Like, you have to be totally committed to a daily workout, to following your nutrition plan, to drinking your Shakeology every day, because you can't expect other people to want to do these things if you aren't showing it. So, I mean, that should be a total given that you're going to post about your workout or your nutrition every single day. And I know this is always something that holds coaches back in the beginning too. You're afraid that you're getting on people's nerves. I know. I totally understand. I know that is how you're feeling. But guys, that's just another thing. You're gonna get on people's nerves. You're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and it's okay. It's totally okay. You just have to remember you got to be you and focus on your why and why you're doing this. And it's not about making other people happy. It's not about pleasing other people. It's about doing what makes you happy. And you just really gotta just overcome what you think people think of you. I mean, you just really do. And I know that's easier said than done. I went through the whole process of that too. Trust me, I still deal with people not liking me. And it's okay, whatever, you know, that's fine. I don't do this to please those types of people. You know, I do this to help the people that need my help. And that's who I post for. And that's who I strive to motivate and inspire every day. I don't worry about the people on the outside that think that this is stupid or that we're selling, because they don't get it. They don't get it. So you just gotta, just keep pushing through and just let those things go sometimes, and lots of personal development. So, okay, I am going to go into inviting real quick so we can kind of help you guys with, what that whole process really means. Okay, so first thing is you need to remember this business is completely on building relationships. It is not about selling a challenge pack. It is not about, getting points. It's not about all that. And you just got to take that part and just kind of push to the side and realize this is about meeting people and helping them where they are. So you get, you start talking to people and you get excited and they're like really interested, but sometimes you just got to remind yourself, slow down. Like, take your time when you're having a conversation with somebody and start asking tons of questions. So we call this forming. So you're going to talk about, their family, find out about them. What's their family like? What's their occupation? Where do they work? Are they a student? Recreation. Then what do they like to do for fun? And then M. Is M motivation? I don't know what M is. My brain just went, gosh, I took like the longest nap today. Sorry. It was way too long. My son fell asleep on me and I could not get up. And so I crashed and burned with him. So that's not like me to sleep that long. Okay, so that's forming. You can look it up. You can even find tons of videos on YouTube for that too. But it's just asking questions so you can really see, who they are, where they live, what do they do, what's their life like. Asking all those questions. Hi, honey. It's going to help you too when your conversation kind of starts shifting. If they ask you what you do, that gives you that open door to be like, oh, well, I'll say, yeah, I'm a third grade teacher, but I also am a health and fitness coach. Normally they're like, what's that? What do you do? There you go. Then you get to, sorry. Go with daddy, please.
Come on, bud.
I know. Sorry.
Come on. Sorry.
Sorry.
No.
No.
Sorry.
So that kind of gives you that door to explain, a little bit about what you do. Then that gives you a chance to ask the question. Oh, are you into health and fitness too? Or what do you like to do for your health and fitness? That kind of gives you that step. And that takes time. Those conversations, that may not all happen in that big chunk of time. It may be a span over, a week or a couple weeks or however long. You never know. But really taking the time to get to know someone and talk to them just like you're having a conversation. Don't put an agenda on it. Know their needs. Build that trust. That's going to help you so much in the long run. So another thing too is really changing your vocabulary. Say sharing, not inviting. I think that's better. When you say inviting, that just kind of seems like, so I'm just like randomly messaging people. Not really. I mean, it's going to be people you've already probably know. So you're just reconnecting
too. Connecting, you think's good? Connecting?
Yes. That's what I was just saying. Like people that you probably already know, it just gives you an out to reconnect with them. So maybe it's somebody you went to college with and you haven't talked to them for a while. You can send them a message. Hey, Sarah, how are things going? We have not talked for so long. I would love to reconnect and see, how's life? I mean, that's not anything health and fitness. That is not anything, you're not inviting. You're just reconnecting with that person. In the beginning, I did a lot of that as I first started, when I realized what I was supposed to be doing, of reconnecting with people. And you have to add new contacts to Facebook, guys. I just here recently had somebody quit and I reached out to them and then I went to their page and they had like 130 friends on Facebook. And I'm like, that's it? Like, there's no way you're inviting or you're not adding to your network. There's no way. Like, I have maxed out at 5,000 like 5 times. Like, I have to go in and delete people so that I can add in my people because I'm constantly adding to my network. You have to. You have to constantly be meeting new people. And don't be scared to send those friend requests. Go to your friends, so people who are not coaches. Go to your friends list and go through their list of friends. And like every day, go through and send 5 friend requests to people that you see that might have something in common with you. If you're a nurse, you might look for nurses. Like I always look for teachers, always. I look for moms. Anything that I see I'm going to have in common with them because it's going to make the conversation like so much easier because you already have something in common with them. So think of those things when you're sending friend requests. So shoot for at least 5 a day. If you've got some big goals, then yeah, you up your numbers on what you're doing. So another thing you need to change with your vocabulary is no. You're going to hear no, guys. You're going to hear it all the time. All the time. You're going to hear excuse after excuse, but you cannot let those things stop you because that's normal. I mean, good grief. The number 1 top coach in this business hears no probably 20 times a day. It's everybody. So don't think it's you and that you've done something wrong and you're this ginormous failure because you heard no or you had a coach quit. I mean, I have coaches quit all the time. And I mean, I hate to see them go. I hate to see people quit anything that I know has humongous potential for them, but I can't let, because somebody quit, make me stop what I'm doing. So don't let those little roadblocks and things happen make you derail and quit too. All right. So no just means not right now. And you have to track those no's and you'll learn that too with the tracking system that you've got to write those down. If you invite them and you get a no, you put them down, they said no. And then you can always say, hey, I understand this is not the right time for you, but is it okay if I check back with you next month? I don't think I've ever had anybody be like, no, leave me alone. If they feel that way, they're just going to delete me anyway. It's all right. So more normally they're like, yes, please do. So I circle them, write them down, I put it in my calendar to make sure I follow up with them the next month when I'm filling my next challenge group. And then I get back with them. So that's just key. It's just being very consistent with doing that and following up and tracking it. Oh my gosh, I did not track for like my son's whole first year of being a baby because I was constantly like holding him and in the recliner. So I was like working while he was sleeping and I couldn't write anything. And I'm like, I did that for a year. It was insane, the number of things that slipped through the cracks because I was not tracking. So please track. Write it down. Find a notebook. Find a system that works for you to track it. Okay, and just remember, you have planted a seed. If you hear a no, you've planted that seed. It's in their brain. So you want to make sure you're writing it down so that you can always go back to their Facebook page and see what they're doing. And always, comment on their pictures. Be very present. They see you, so they know your face, that you stay very visible to them. All right, focus on the positive part of what you're doing. Don't focus on the negative. It is so easy to get pulled into negativity because it's just easier than being positive. But I'll tell you, if you let one little ounce of negativity slip in, you are going to just bring in more negativity into your life in all areas of your life, not just this business. So you've got to remember, hold on to the positive things. Hold on to that you got a message from somebody that commented on one of your pictures and they're like, you look great. Keep doing what you're doing. But then you have somebody message you and they, no, I don't get into that kind of thing. You get kind of a negative comment or something. Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive part and move on, because you have to remember that people are going to see you and how you act and what's going on in your life. So you want to focus and keep yourself positive all the time so people see that. Not that I don't ever have a bad day, guys. I mean, hello, all normal. But, I still always go back to knowing I feel so much better when I'm a positive person. Okay. Remember your purpose. Your purpose, yes, is absolutely number one. Always you're helping people. It's not about you. It's not about growing, this business. It's about the lives you are impacting. And yes, my business grew and it's continued to grow. But my number one thing I've done is help people. Always. That's always been my number one thing. So just always remember, if you ever see, coaches, if you ever hear them on the National Wake Up Call, they'll be honest and say things started to backslide for them in their business when they put so much focus on the things that really weren't top. They stopped focusing so much on really the helping part of people, and things started falling apart. So really focus on, that part, number one, always to help people. Your other thing, my favorite, because this is what I talk about a lot, is with believing in yourself. That's my number one thing I talk about a lot, because that's my word. I had it tattooed on my wrist even. That was my word in my classroom my last year. It became that word that I finally was starting to believe in me. So you have to find that belief system. You just really have to believe you can do this, that you're not any different than anybody else. There's no magic to doing this. They just simply put in the work. They just did it. So you have to have a passion and a willingness to help others no matter what. You are the reason that someone can succeed. You are a difference. You are a solution. All right. I'm trying to zip through these last couple slides. So I don't have you on here forever. I'm sorry. I went a little longer than I wanted to. Okay. Think bigger. So if everyone says no, you are probably only asking 5 people. So this kind of gives you kind of that thought of, oh, okay, if everybody is saying no, I probably asked 2 people today. You've got to up your game. You've got to track your names. You've got to follow up. You have to have more conversations outgoing than you're going to have more incoming. That's what you want. You want a lot of conversations going on. That's where the overwhelming thing can happen if you're not tracking. So make sure you're tracking. Personal invites. Hey, you look so awesome. I just saw one of your pics. I do that to people I've never met in my life. They just come across my news feed. I will send them a message and say that. And I had to overcome a lot of fear to just send some random message to somebody and tell them they look awesome. But you know what? Who doesn't want to get a message from someone that is nice like that? You know, that's just being kind, and that opens a door, you know, for you to start a conversation with that person. So don't be scared to do that. You know, just remember that your purpose as a coach is to help others feel better about themselves, to help build confidence in other people. That's what you want to do. As you build confidence in other people, it's going to help build confidence in yourself. Okay, if you don't share and you don't invite, somebody else will. This is so true. Don't let, because you're scared to death to send this an invite or something to this person that you know would just be an amazing coach, but you're just scared to death to send it. If you wait too long, somebody else is going to send it. I guarantee it. So don't be scared. Don't be scared to invite someone. A lot of people still don't even know what Beachbody is. I mean, it just cracks me up because people are like, oh, that's so saturated. There's so many coaches. I'm like, I talk to people on a daily. They'll be like, what's 21 Day Fix? And I'm just like, how do people not know what this is? It just like amazes me. But people don't. I mean, people don't. We live in this little world of Beachbody, so we think everybody knows, but they don't, guys. So you have to remember, we have to be the people who put that out there, that we are inviting them to this community. So don't be scared to share. All right. Just do it. Get over the fear of doing it and know that it is the one thing that will make your business move. This is talking about inviting and sharing. Remember, it's going to create freedom for you and your family. Absolutely. Your why is not going to happen if you don't invite. Plain and simple. That's kind of what you got to say to yourself. Like, my why is not even going to remotely come close to happening if I don't take the step and do it. This is a relationship business. That means you need to talk to strangers. One day, I just told myself, I'm going to talk to every stranger I see today. Like, I did. And it helps you. If you can do it in person when you're out and about talking to people, then it makes it so much easier when you're on social media and talking to people. And it's an awesome way to make connections. So don't be scared to do that. You know, I just have gotten so much better about always, you know, I'm out and about, I smile and say hi to everybody that I pass. It makes you more, you pay attention to that. And then you pay attention to the number of people that don't even talk to their cashier when they're checking out. That just amazes me. Anytime I start paying attention, I'm like, people don't even talk to them. All right, so here's your things. Always connect with at least 3 people a day. Send out at least, this is bare minimum, 3 invites or share a day, and that can be to anything. And so that could be, you know, social media, that can be with your coworkers, that can be with old friends, that can be with your kids are in activities, that can be out in your community, it can be at your church, you know, wherever, you know, just wherever you're connecting, you connect. Okay, 3 ways to invite. You can create events. So if you're new really to Facebook, and oh gosh, I mean, I remember having to learn how to do things. If you were like, I have no idea what a Facebook event is or how to do it, again, YouTube is a wonderful place. There are coaches that will like do a walkthrough on how to do an event. But for me, I do them each month to do invites to something. So sometimes I'll do one for my challenge group. It kind of depends on what's going on with my month. If I'm having like a good month, then I don't do one. It just depends. But, you know, as you're starting, I would do one every month. I would create an event, at least, I think you can do them 3 weeks out from your start date. Create an event, explain, you know, in your event, in the wording, what, you know, your challenge group is about. You know, you're going to get a fitness program. You're going to get a meal plan. You're going to get a month supply, Shakeology. You're going to get this daily accountability, all those things. You put that in the description. You make it public. Don't make it private. If you make it private, it's only going to the people that are already seeing stuff on Facebook, and it's not going to be very many. You want it to be public. So when your friends click that they're going, it goes to their friends. So people you're not even friends with. So I met a lot of people in the beginning that were clicking on my events that weren't even my friends. So then it gave me people that I could become friends with because their friends were joining, they were clicking that they're going to my event. So events are huge. I mean, they are a great way to do, any type of inviting where you can kind of invite people you may have already talked to. But it gives you a place to do like a daily post inside the event. So once people have all clicked that they're going, then you can share, transformations of 21 Day Fix, or you can share information about Shakeology. You can share tips and stuff inside the event before your challenge group even starts. That is a great way to keep sharing with people what it is that we're doing. So even those people who are like, they click going, but they haven't quite committed, like they didn't go choose challenge pack, they didn't order yet, sometimes that seeing those little reminders, that helps them take that step. So, we'll talk about those, more too. And if you need help with that too, your coach will help you with running an event. Okay, 2, social media. Obviously, you can do a post. Like I said, prime time posting is in the evenings. You can plan those out. Plan your posts. Kind of know, okay, Monday nights, Wednesday nights, I'm going to invite to this. Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, I'm going to invite to this. Kind of make yourself kind of schedule when you're going to do those inviting type posts. Make sure you're using a picture of yourself. Somehow, some way. All kinds of apps out there, guys. So many apps out there to help you with, put the wording on it. Simple, though, is better. When you get like kind of crazy and you got like so many, all these like things all over it, it gets a little distracting. Keep it simple. Just like some type of little phrase over to the side or whatever, but just make sure you're in the picture. It's a great way for you to also share your story. So when you're doing an invite, share your story. I always say when you're sharing your story, break it up like this. Where was I before Beachbody? What was happening in my life? Like, what was my fitness health journey like if I had one, if it was non-existent like me, or struggles, wherever you were? What brought you to Beachbody? What it is like now, or what you want it to be, or what you envision your life being like. So it's a great way to kind of break up to start sharing your story. Because I have new coaches like, I don't have a story. I'm like, everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. Everybody. And I will tell you, the more open and the more vulnerable you are, the more people you are going to connect with. Absolutely. I mean, things in my life that I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just shared that. But I have so many people that will message me and be like, thank you for sharing that. And, then I know that even if it helped one person, that was why I shared it. So don't be scared to share that part. The other thing too, this might be something you want to add on, later on, but something you might want to put in your notes is using an application. So it's called Wufoo. It's WUFOO.com. And it will let you can see them like on mine or other coaches you can click on and you can kind of see what their application looks like. This isn't something you have to worry about doing right now, guys. I mean, I didn't start doing this till not very long ago, but just something to kind of, if you want to. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have, you can't. But it gives them a place where they can go in and fill out their information. So it kind of helps you when you have a conversation with them. And obviously then personal invites, doing private messaging. If you have their, phone number, send a text. You have their email. Emails are great. Make sure you get as many emails from people as you possibly can. That is vital. All right, here's a few things not to do, and then we're done. Do not spam in any groups on Facebook. That means if you get added to, some type of group or something, and then you're like mass inviting to this group to join your challenge group, don't do that. That's like really yucky. Like, who hates getting added to groups when people don't ask you? Don't add people to groups that they don't ask to be added. That's another like major icky thing too. You should not be constantly posting pics of products and programs. I always say you want people to like come to your page and not even realize that you are associated with Beachbody. Like they have to really look at your page for a while to realize you're a Beachbody coach. Like they should just come to your page and see, oh, okay, well, this person's obviously into health and fitness. Oh, okay, they like to share motivational stuff. They like to share tips. Oh, they're a mom. They share stuff about their mom. You know, share you and your life and your journey, but don't make it about plastering up, you know, a picture of Shanti and his T25. Because you're not Beachbody, guys. You're you. People aren't buying products because, I mean, well, some buy because they love Shanti, but really people that don't even know what Beachbody is, they're going to buy it because they trust you, because they built that relationship with you, and you've explained to them the importance of a program and a meal plan and Shakeology. So you've got to share value first to help people follow you. All right, don't private message people that you just added and ask them to join a challenge group. Too fast. You're going to lose them. They're going to be like, no, thank you. So if you just add a new friend, they accept your friend request, a message you're going to send to them is, hey, Sarah, thanks so much for the ad. I see you have 3 kids too. How old are they? That just makes a connection with them. It's not me. Hey, Sarah, I'm running this new group. It's 21 days. Would you like to join? Don't do that. That is yuck. So build relationships. Always go back to that. Last thing, don't give too much info. If somebody asks about what you do, it's so easy to get excited, and you're going to like want to give all the information all at once. I always say this is called barfing Beachbody all over them, because you get excited. So always like remind yourself, take that step back, ask them a question. And everybody always like, well, what do you do when they ask how much it is? I ask another question. I just keep asking questions, because they're going to say to me, that's too much money. If I tell them right off the bat, oh, it's $140. Oh, I don't have that. Sorry. Can't do that. I don't have any money. I mean, people are going to say that, but good grief, you see them and they've got this awesome new pair of shoes on. You know, people are going to spend their money somewhere. They're going to. And it may be on things that they don't need or junk or whatever it is. They're going to spend it somewhere. So our job is to take those steps to help them understand the value in what we offer. Like this is, you have to remember, this is life-changing. Helping someone take control of their life and their health and fitness is life-changing. So you have to take those steps to really help them understand the value and what we offer. All right, that's all I have. I'm sorry I went an hour. Oh my gosh. I like wrote all these notes and was like going to try to keep it 30 minutes. So I apologize, but thanks for hanging on with me, guys. Does anybody have any questions or anything that I can answer before we hop off here? Is everybody good? Hey. Well, posts will be in there, every day. I'll get them up, in the mornings, and just, do your check-in, whatever it is that I have, and then do your Facebook assignment. You can tag your coach in the comments, and that way they'll see your post. And the reason why, guys, we do that is because the more likes you get on a post early, the longer it stays in your newsfeed. And that's what you want. So if you have other coach friends, like if you meet coaches in this training, message them and be like, hey, are you okay if I tag you too, so that I can, we'll help each other. I'll like your stuff, you like my stuff, and we can kind of keep our posts in the newsfeed. Yes, that's the cool thing about coaching too. Coaches help coaches. So don't be scared to reach out to other coaches on the team. And, like I said, we'll make sure everybody has a success partner by the end of the 2 weeks too. So you have somebody to buddy up with to work with. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Brandy, is there anything you want to add? No? Okay. Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right, guys, thank you. I will post this recording up too. So if anybody didn't have somebody on here that was supposed to be on, they can listen as well. So have a good night, guys. See y'all later. Bye.